Welcome to another video by Lone Birch Farms. We appreciate you subscribing, smashing that like button, and watching our content here at the homestead. It's been a little while since we did our last video, but we've had lots of things going on the last few months, really. And I think today I just wanted to take some time and think about some of the things we've learned over the last 2 years here on the homestead. Moving from from a beach town of Wilmington, North Carolina, to the rural area of Salem, Ohio, we major differences, right? And some of those differences, as you can see, is just on temperature, right? And having snow on the ground, and for instance, last night it was down to 14 degrees. I don't even know what it was with the wind chill, but we went from a very small backyard, you could barely spit across, to having 5.5 acres here, and just getting animals. What started off as just what was going to be two goats for a pet has now turned into a full-blown homestead here, and we've welcomed some new ones on the farm here just the last few weeks, with the little guys here in the background, and we expect some more Buttercup right here, our black Nubian, and we'll probably be having some additional babies here on the farm, and hopefully the blonde one here, this is Padme. We're hoping that Padme is also pregnant. She definitely looks pregnant, but last year she looked pregnant as well, and we didn't have any babies, so not sure what's going on with her. But this past year we decided to look into guardian livestock dogs, or just farm dogs. We decided at first we're going to just get a nice farm dog, which we got a blue heeler, and that was Dakota. And unfortunately, she actually ran out on the road and got hit by a car, so we had the loss of her. But we did find another heeler. This time it's a red heeler, Montana, which we've introduced to the farm, and she's doing real good. Except right now she's messing with the boys. And but as soon as we got her, we thought she was fixed. She wasn't. And our indoor Labradoodle, who was not fixed either, found out that they were pretty friendly with each other, and then we had babies. So we had some baby puppies here on the farm the last few months. And unfortunately, Finney, the father, one thing that we had a problem with him since moving from the city, and him being used to being in a small property and no other animals around, is that he started to go after our barn cats a little bit, and he also went after our chickens, and constantly was getting at our chickens. So we decided he needed to be rehomed. But since he did leave us some presents, we did decide to keep one of the puppies, Paddington, which we'll introduce later on. But what you doing, Solo? Huh? What you doing? Go on. Solo wants to be in the camera. All right. So Solo's a proud daddy of a few baby kids around here, and hopefully, again, like I said, a few more here shortly. Should be dropping. But no, I just say, had a lot of things happen. This year we learned that in the month of May, typically, looking around different channels, we decided to do some of our own meat birds this year, and took the advice to get them in early March in the brooder, and then by the time they were May turns around, they were going to be ready to go out. into the pasture and the chicken tractors. One thing we learned though is May, even May here in Ohio is still wet and cold, and so due to that we lost quite a few once those chicks were out there and got a little wet, and we had some cold fronts come through, and we actually lost about half of the meat birds we started with. So started with 50 meat birds, and we ended up with about 25, 24 that we were able to take into processing. So that was troublesome there. During that same time frame in May, we lost my mom to illness, and that was the reason we moved up here to Ohio, was to help out with family, and so we were glad we had the last few years to be here with her more often, and then be here to assist during her last days. But so lots of things again have occurred over the last few months, and really just took a break from some of the YouTube videos and so forth that we were doing, but wanted to at least do a follow-up and maybe try to kick this off a little bit more for us. Well, as we go around, we just like we did last year, we went onto our local Facebook groups and put an ad out for old Christmas trees, and as you see, we've dropped some in for the goats. Again, one of the beautiful things about the evergreens, all the cypress and so forth, they are a natural dewormer for the goats, which is good. We do one deworming, if you will, a medicated deworming a year in the spring, and then in the wintertime we also bring in the pine trees and evergreens. So natural dewormer, great nutrition, lots of vitamins, and once they take all the needles off, they'll strip the bark off as well and eat that. So a nice treat for the goats here. We did thin down the laying hens a little bit before winter came in. I'm probably gonna have to have surgery on my shoulder. I've got a torn bicep tendon in there, so we did try to make things a little easier around here, so we reduced the flock a little bit. But we do have Elsie still. Elsie's getting big. She just turned a year old. There she is. So come here, girl. Come on. She is definitely much bigger than when we brought her home. She must be a camera shot today. But we'll be looking at bringing in an AI specialist around here. Most people use Koba out of Columbus. They ride along quite a bit out here in the rural area of Ohio. So we'll have them come in, and we're debating on what we're gonna breed her with. Right now, we've done a lot of research. We really would like to have a meat steer, if she gives us a steer, come out when she calves. So our thought process is looking at a Brahma, to do an AI with a Brahma bull. They tend to raise up a lot faster when they're on a dairy, like a brown Swiss, and with the Brahma being a great meat cow, and fairly docile when you steer them, I thought that would be a good one to have around here on the farm. So that's what's in store. As far as the cow side, this fall, our three Jersey steers that we bottle fed and raised up, we did take those to the butcher. We've got one of those in our freezer now, and then the other two we were able to sell and bring in some profit for the farm. But so we right now just have Elsie for the winter. We will early spring we'll be looking at getting 2 more steer, though younger steers will probably find a local farm that's selling them. I'd rather stay away from the auction houses and so forth. get a better quality and healthier animal. But we'll bring in two more steer here to raise up, one again for our freezer, then we'll sell the other one off. We did purchase a bottle calf this year that was doing real well. Right around weaning age, we introduced him into the pastures, and immediately within a few days, he actually started to bloat, and we had to tube him and try to get some of that air out. The first time it worked, and then it happened again a second time, and unfortunately he did not make it. So but I think somebody's having some problems down there with the fence, so I need to go help. But that's sort of where we are here on the farm today. I said hopefully we'll have additional baby kids hitting the ground here shortly, and be able to give you some photos on that. But look forward to seeing you next time. Again, hopefully these videos are entertaining if anything else, and try to be somewhat educational. Have a good one.